fans when it counted. An out-of-bounds play that will be replayed 1,000 times by Boston fans. And the Celtics have taken a 3-0 lead on the Philadelphia 76ers. What an interesting game. Not always beautifully played, but an interesting game tonight in Philadelphia. Post-game coverage here on NBA TV. That's Brendan Haywood, Lionel Hollins. I'm Matt Weiner. Guys, quick thoughts on what you just saw. There was a whole lot to absorb there.
There was a whole lot, but, you know, they mentioned Brad Stevens and his ATOs. I mean, he had 2 lobs. He had one earlier to Jaylen Brown. He does a great job of knowing what you're doing defensively and then going and doing something that makes you do what you're going to do and you think you've covered it. Just like Embiid switched, they took away Jaylen Brown. All of a sudden, Covington's being in the post with Al Horford, mismatch. For me, the game was about the turnovers down the stretch by Philly and the great play by Jason Tatum offensively that kept him in the game.
Some brutal turnovers by the 76ers late in the game, 2 in particular, one that they survived fairly miraculously, and the other late in the game that they did not.
And, Coach, this goes back to something we talked about offset, the discipline. The discipline that Boston has as opposed to Philly. They're a good young team, but they don't have the same discipline. Sometimes they get a little loose with the basketball. It cost them in this situation. 3 huge turnovers in this game in the clutch. You can't have that. You have to value the ball. The ball is the most important thing. And down the stretch of this game, Philly had some key turnovers that really turned this game around.
Well, one other thing is that when that rebound, that offensive rebound, when Philly was up, and Simmons got it, and he shot the ball short.
Another mistake.
That's when you bring it back out. You throw it to somebody that can make free throws. They have to foul. You put the game in the icebox.
That might as well have been a turnover. It's an excellent point. Let's go through what happened. Picking up right at the end of regulation, 25 seconds to go. Inbound play. It's Jaylen Brown on the layup. So we're all tied up at 87. And this was we'll find out after the game, I assume, whether it was Simmons who was supposed to come back to the ball or Redick just made a bad pass. But it's a go-ahead bucket on the other end.
Yeah, and Terry Rozier, eyes up, makes a great pass. Jaylen Brown finished it off. We thought that was the ball game right there.
Oh, so we thought.
T.J. McConnell not fouling right there saved the game for him.
Smart play, 1.7 seconds to go. Markel Bellinelli. Bring on the confetti. We are tied up at 89. Had to review it for a 3. It was clearly a 2. Had to review it for a time. And it was clearly off in time. As the Celtics go chase him to that corner, Bellinelli ties it up at the buzzer and sends this game to overtime.
He wasn't done.
And he wasn't done.
Kicked overtime off with a bang. Nice shot right there.
Right where he left off.
At that point, I think Philly fans thought this is our game.
Bellinelli finished with 12 on the night. J.J. Redick, a couple of buckets here. And then Jason Tatum goes to work.
Listen, this kid is growing up right in front of us. Big-time playoff moments right there, taking Embiid, scoring the basketball. I was super impressed by his calm poise and his demeanor.
Ben Simmons goes to the right hand to finish there. And it's 98-94. Tatum again to his left, 98-96 with 55 seconds to go. Getting late. Joel Embiid. Fadeaway misses. Ben Simmons collects it. You got to take that ball out. Find a free throw shooter. No.
That's what happens.
Throw it back up.
That's what happens when you don't want to go to the free throw line at that point in the ball game.
Oh, that's a huge mistake by Simmons. 8.4 seconds to go. Everybody clears out. Al Horford with a mismatch. Covington fronts him, probably not realizing there was nobody behind him. And it's a layup and the go-ahead bucket. Just brilliance.
Excellent play drawn by Brad Stevens. If Covington would have stayed behind Al would have just sealed him and had an easy shot. Then they also took away the backside, so he was able to get an easy shot either way. The play call was excellent.
Horford with 13 on the night. Philly has another chance here with time on the clock, and they turn that over. And maybe a little lackadaisical pass from Simmons, and Embiid doesn't come to the ball.
Well, that's the difference in the game. The ATO execution.
Yeah.
Boston execute, Philly doesn't.
Bellinelli still gets a look off here at the end, and it back rims. Boston may want to think about that for next time around. Personally, you want to foul him on the catch if you can. I think most coaches would agree. Secondly, you can't let him get that clean a look.
Well, I think Marcus Morris wasn't playing anybody out of bounds. He had a chance to be in position to double team, and he was in no man's land. And Rozier didn't want to foul in the act of shooting.
Nonetheless, Boston gets out of Philly with a win, 101-98.